in the preterite, they look and sound the same. So we have to know by the context whether someone is saying was or were, or if they were saying went, because that's what those two verbs can mean. So if it's ser, it's was or were. If it's ir, it's went. And they look exactly the same in this tense. Okay. So to say I was or I went, we say fui. And we can see that fui doesn't look like ser or ir, but that is how you say I was or I went in the preterite. Tu is fuiste. And we can see those two words are related. And we can also see that it has an iste ending, so it does look like other two-form preterite verbs. Usted and él and ella is fue, to say you were or you went, or he was or he went, or she was or she went. We say fue. For nosotros, we have fuimos. And for vosotros, we have fuisteis. And for ustedes, ellos, and ellas, we have fueron. Fueron. So, you could say something like, el lunes yo fui al parque. On Monday, I went to the park. Or you could say, it was fun. It was really fun. Fue muy divertido. And we can see one of these comes from ir, and the other one comes from ser, because one is saying I went, and the other is saying it was fun. Hanging in so far? Any questions?
Yes.
We're good? All right. So those are our first two. There's three more. So the next one we're going to look at is hacer. Who remembers what hacer means? Hacer.
Do.
Today our last day of Spanish class?
Yep. Yes, it is. Yes, it means to do, or it can mean to make. It can mean either one. It can mean either one, depending on what you're saying. So now we want to say did or made. So remember that when we change the tense, we're changing what the word means just a little bit. So instead of saying I do or you do, we say I did or you did. And instead of I make or you make, we say I made or you made. So here's our conjugations in the preterite for hacer. Yo hice, tú hiciste, usted, él, ella hizo. This one has a Z in it, and it's the only one with a Z in it, so keep an eye on that one. Nosotros hicimos. Vosotros hicisteis. And ustedes, ellos, ellas hicieron. And you could say something like, we went to the park because it was nice. Fuimos al parque porque hizo buen tiempo. We went to the park because it was nice. And we just have two more verbs for today. Dar and ver. Dar and ver. Who can remember what dar means?
To give.
To give. And what in the preterite, what would we say? And not give, but like past tense.
Give.
Gave. Right? And ver. Ver means to see, but what would it mean in the past tense?
Seen.
Almost.
Saw.
Saw. Yep. Saw. So these ones we like to teach together because they look similar, not as similar as ser and ir, which are exactly the same, but they still are like pretty close buddies. They look similar to each other. So our yo form, for dar is D. And our to form is diste. Usted and él and ella is dio. And nosotros is dimos. Vosotros is disteis. And ustedes, ellos, and ellas is dieron. So I hope that you guys are seeing the similarities between these and other preterite verbs, even though these are irregular, so they don't follow the same rules that you would expect. Okay, and the conjugations for ver are the exact same thing as dar, except that everywhere where there's a D, now there's a V. So the yo form would be V. What would the to form be?
Vistai.
Viste, yep. Viste. And the usted, el, and ella form?
Vio.
Vio, good. For nosotros?
Viemos.
Vimos, good. For vosotros?
Vistáis.
Visteis, muy bien. And for ustedes, ellos, and ellas?
Vieron.
Vieron, exactly. Exactly. And we could say, yesterday I took a walk and I saw a dog, for example. So dar un paseo is a phrase that means to take a walk. So di un paseo y vi un perro. Okay. Questions, concerns?
Nope.
Nope. All right. So listen up, because a couple of us popped in late. So I just want to repeat a couple of things. First, any missing work that you have is due by Sunday at midnight. That's your last opportunity to hand anything in for a grade. After that, I can't grade anything. I just won't have the time. So any missing work or corrections to your work are due Sunday at midnight. If you have questions, I'm available this afternoon and tomorrow for most of the day. Tonight, there's an optional assignment that you can do with these 5 irregular preterite verbs, and it's going to be extra credit. So if you want to do it, it will help your grade. If you don't want to do it, that's fine. It won't hurt anybody's grade by doing it. And last thing is, thank you for a great year and have a great summer. And I'll see you guys next year in school.
Thank you.
Gracias.
Thank you so much.
Adios. Thank you, Ryan. Adios.
Adios.